And I am saying that to you. I am not some YouTuber by any means, but as somebody who posts on YouTube, I am saying that to you. Please do not watch me if you have not gotten your work done. Hi Sequels friends, welcome back to my channel. If you watched Wednesday's video about Poshmark Promoted Closet, then you know today I'm going to share with you 8 different things that you can do to help increase your sales on Poshmark. If you did not see that video, you can go back and see it here. I'll drop a card and the link below. But newsflash, the reason why I'm doing today's video is because Poshmark Promoted Closet is not going to help you get more visibility or increase your sales. So that's why today we're going to talk about 8 things you can do. Before we get into it, because of the title of this video, there may be some newbies that come in, so welcome. We are always looking for more BFFs here at Sequels, so hello. Tell me below where you came from, and then also let me tell you who I am. My name is Heather, and I'm a part-time reseller across various online platforms, and I like to share my part-time reselling journey with you right here on YouTube. Now, I am going to talk about these from number 8 to number 1. So if you've been reselling for quite some time, you're probably going to want to start with number 8 because you're probably already doing number 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're a newer reseller, then you're probably going to want to start at number 1. So it just depends on where you are in your reselling journey. Starting with number 8, which I think is the least important, but I do feel like sometimes we spend more time than we should on doing this. And we'll talk about that in a second. It is continuing education. It is always important, in my opinion, to always be learning and growing. And that is absolutely the case in life as well as here when you're reselling. I think it's super important to stay up to date on what's going on the platform, any changes that are taking place, any new features to take advantage of. But I tend to find, if you are like myself, that I spend a lot of my time on YouTube attempting to learn more about reselling. And it's great. There are so many awesome resellers to follow on YouTube. You should drop some names below because I'm sure there are people that you follow that I don't even know about and I would love to follow. But having said that, I do find that I spend sometimes too much time watching YouTube for entertainment and considering it education. And what I mean by that is when I'm listing, photographing, a lot of other resellers will tell you, pop me up and play my videos while you're doing that. For me, that does not work. I will spend way too much time focusing on the video and my listings will take way longer to get online. My photographing process will take way longer to get done. And for me personally, I have found that if I designate a certain period of time to watch YouTube where I'm not distracted by other things or YouTube's not distracting me from other things, then that is more beneficial to me. Can get stuck in using YouTube as an escape from putting time and effort into your business. So instead, use it as a reward for getting aspects of your business done. And I am saying that to you. I am not some YouTuber by any means, but as somebody who posts on YouTube, I am saying that to you. Please do not watch me if you have not gotten your work done. Get your work done and then come and watch afterwards. It's useful, but it can also be distracting. Number 7 thing that you can do to jumpstart your Poshmark business is just by sharing on Poshmark. And by sharing, I mean sharing your closet on Poshmark. If you are looking to reach Posh Ambassador status, yes, you need to follow some people and you need to share some other people's things. So be aware of that, but that is a very minute amount of sharing. Here I'm talking about sharing your closet. And some might be surprised to find that that is number 7 on a 1 through 8 list. But for me, yes, it is important. Yes, it is built into the algorithm. If you share something, you will be sent up for a short period of time because it's not like everybody and their brother, and I should say everybody and their bot. It's not like everybody and their bot isn't sharing. So the sharing itself is saturated, and yes, you will temporarily have a little uplift. But if you do, there are way more things I would do before spending time on the tedious, although be it less tedious than it once was, the still tedious aspect of sharing or spending time and money on a bot to share, which I've done for numerous years and I am no longer doing because it's just not the number one thing that I find results in me having sales. The number 6 most important thing that you could be working on is sending offers. Sending offers is absolutely beneficial and you can grab some sales that way, but it is by no means the first thing that I would do. And there are still some concerns to me when it comes to sending offers. As you guys know, the way that Poshmark is set up, if you send an offer to me, you send me an offer and I see that offer, and then I come back around and you want to send an offer to me 2 weeks later, that offer is going to have to be lower in order for me to even see the offer. That to me gets on a dangerous slippery slope of constantly lowering prices in order to get sales. There are many other things I would work on before lowering my price to get a sale. This is the number one reason that retailers go out of business. If you do not have a game plan in effect to bring in sales, then the notion is have a promotion. How low can the price go? If you're selling things at bottom of the barrel prices, you're not going to end up making money. Yes, sending offers is a very valuable tool if you have it built in to your business. For example, I tend to list a little bit high so that I can give an enticing, which seems to be in the 30 to 50 range at this point in Poshmark's existence. 10 and 20% off offers do not work for me at all. So I tend to list a little bit higher so that I can go ahead and send out an enticing promotion. Or, just one weekend, I might just go crazy and do 50% off things just to get some movement going. That is a smart sending out offer. If you're willy-nilly sending out offers every single day, lower and lower and lower, just to try to get sales, that is not where I would go. There are many other things on this list I would do first. So let's get to them. The number 5 thing that you can do to help increase your reselling, this one is not necessarily Poshmark specific, but your reselling business, is to cross-list on other platforms. As we all know, reselling online is basically an algorithm, and the more eyes you can get your product in front of, the more likely you are to have a sale. And so that is why we get really excited to try different platforms. I personally would feel successful, and I would like to have a successful business plan in place and see success on a platform before I venture out to more platforms. Multiple reasons for this. One, cross-listing can cost you some money, some more than others, but it will definitely cost you some money. And I like to have an understanding of, do I have some of my other things on this list accomplished? Do I understand who my customer is? Do I know how to pack, ship, and deal with all that before I'm doing it across every platform? I have to be sure that I understand my cross-listing program enough to make sure it's doing what it tells me it's supposed to do. So while cross-listing is a nice thing if you're doing already 1 through 4 on this list, if you're not, I would start with those before I started with cross-listing. Number 4 thing I would do on this list, which I have failed at numerous times, and I feel like such a phony for even telling you to do it, because long-time Sequels BFFs will know I have failed at this numerous times because I am so stinking cheap. And that is, if your sales aren't where you want them to be, you need to continue sourcing. Source. You need to continue sourcing. I have made this mistake so many times. If I do not have the money listen, I'm the person who goes to Vegas and plays the slot machines with 2 cups. The one I started with and the one I'm making money with. And if this one doesn't bring money in, then I'm done playing. It's no fun for me. I like to see the money rolling in. I like to make sure the money is there before I am spending any of it. But that is not the way that business works. You have to always have a little kitty of money that you can pull out of and source, because as soon as you stop sourcing, you may not be dead in the water at that moment, but you will definitely be dead in the water within the next month to come, because you will stop doing the other things that are on this list, which are extremely important. The number 3 thing, and for me, 1 through 3 are the key points that if you are not successful at these 1 through 3 items, you will not be successful at reselling, specifically on Poshmark. But again, these apply to all platforms, and that is delete and relist. That is also in combination with number 2, which is list regularly. So is it delist and relist? If I do not have something to list, I have no death pile, probably because I stopped sourcing because no money was coming in, then I need to be listing regularly. And that means I need to delist something and relist it. Delete it, get it out of there, and relist. And as I say all the time, for me, that does not mean hit a delete button and hit a relist button. That means delist it, go look at your competition, see how you can change your description, how you can change your title. Is your price right? What kind of changes do you need to make to that? Are your pictures the best they could have been? Should you make adjustments to that? Is it worthwhile based on your price adjustments? All that kind of stuff. It's not just delete and put back on. It's delete, make necessary changes, and put back on. This has worked for me so many times. Even within the last week or 2, I've had numerous items that I have had sitting here for 2-3 months, not getting any traction, that went out the door within days of delisting and relisting them. It is easy to forget this step because it's like list it and forget it, but going in, touching it, making changes, updating it when you think of new keywords or anything like that is definitely very valuable. Number 2, which we talked about a little bit with delete and relist, which is have a regular listing strategy. Some people say list daily. I tend to attempt to list daily. My goal right now is to list 5 items a day. Those listings may be new listings. Those listings may be delete, relist. Do I stay to 5 every day? No, I do other things. I go out for the weekend. I go on vacation. I do things. So sometimes I may list 5, 10, 15 a day and skip a couple days and come back and list 5 a day. I am feeding the algorithm. I think of the algorithm as, what was that little like Tamagotchi toy where you got to feed it regularly? I think of listing and delisting as feeding the algorithm. And if I do not feed the algorithm, it will die. I say this to my partner all the time because we have an online glass business, and he is always like, I am not having any sales. What is going on? I've been posting on social media. I've been making videos. I've been blowing glass, and I'm not having any sales. And I always say to him, when was the last time you posted something? Oh, well, I guess it's been 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I'll list some items. Very next day. Yeah, I got a sale. It's almost, Heather, like what you're saying is accurate. You need to list in order to get sales. And as simple as that, it is super duper important. I would say it was almost the number 1 thing to do, but when you hear number 1, you'll realize why it's not number 1. But you really need to be consistent. And if consistently for you doesn't mean every day, then maybe it's every Monday and Friday. Maybe it's every Wednesday and Saturday. Get into a routine, set it up, make it regular, and do it, because it really makes a difference. Number 1, without a doubt, thing that I would work on to make sure that my Poshmark business is rocking and rolling, or just my resale business in general, because as I said, this works across all platforms, and it goes hand in hand with listing regularly and delisting and relisting, and that is SEO. To me, none of it matters. None of it matters at all if you are doing every single thing on this list. If you have a title that says pink shirt, you can share as much as you want, you can promote as much as you want, you can list as much as you want, but if your title says pink shirt, good luck getting it sold. I'm not saying it won't sell. Somebody's gonna stumble across your pink shirt sooner or later, but good luck getting it sold. you need to be very conscious about describing that in detail. Be aware of product features. Is it a button front pink shirt? Is it a ribbed knit pink shirt? Is it a scoop knit pink shirt? Does that pink shirt have some cute strawberries on it like I'm obsessed with lately? Is it a cottagecore pink shirt? Is it a farmhouse pink shirt? Is it one of those quiet luxury, real cute layering pink shirt? Think about ways to describe it. I find that eBay, if you're on eBay, super duper helps with this, but I've also done this on Poshmark for my people who aren't eBay sellers. But you know, on eBay, it'll ask you to use a previous listing to help list. And I look at eBay solds all the time to steal descriptions and slightly tweak them. Because for me, I can't think from nothing. I gotta have a little bit to help me go in, and then I can tweak from there. And I have started to do similar on Poshmark. If I can't find it on eBay, because I'm an eBay gal, but if I can't find an item that I'm listing on eBay, I will go over to Poshmark. I will put in the item, brief description, whatever pink shirt, Calvin Klein pink shirt, Free People pink shirt, and then go to the sold and see what sold most recently and see what looks most like mine, and look through which ones have the highest return, highest dollar value, sold for the most, and start to tweak my description based on that. Yes, it takes some time and effort, and yes, it sucks in the beginning, 100%, I'm not gonna lie, because it does take time and effort, but this is how you learn what the keywords, key phrases, how to describe things. And that to me is the very, very most important thing. Now is the time for you guys to let me know, what did I miss? What do you think that I have missed on this list that is super duper important to getting you sales on Poshmark specifically, or reselling in general? We had some nice learning lessons this week about Poshmark and reselling, and we'll be back with some hauls, DIYs, and some other fun stuff in the upcoming week. So if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, ring-a-ding-a-ling that bell so that you're notified when those videos drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time with some more reselling content. Take care, everybody. Bye.